Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkAstonVilla here, back for a bit of breaking news. But before we get into that, I'm shooting this on my camera. It's literally last second, right before I go to work, so I apologize for that. But anyways, new manager, new number two. Roberto Di Matteo takes over as the next Villa boss. Very, very chuffed to see that happen. Very happy, enthusiastic, a million words right now. I think it's the right appointment. Number two is Steve Clark as his assistant. Of course, they've never worked together. That whole questioning of whether it'll work or not has already come up in a lot of media outlets. We'll have to see what happens there. Enough speculation with that. But I think it's the right appointments, and I think these are two managers that could work very, very well together. Of course, they played together at Chelsea years and years ago, and I think looking from not just a playing style standpoint of breaking down, attacking the midfield in defense, I think obviously within that perspective, I think they each cover specific areas, and with that, that works well together. But I think they each bring different things to the club, which overall can only make this club better, stronger, and return them to hopefully a Premier League return as soon as possible. So just looking at my notes here quickly, it's great news, and we'll go into Di Matteo first. So it has been reported, and this is before the official club announcement. All that stuff has come out. It's been reported by everyone, the BBC, the Sun, everyone. BBC is where I would take it as a credible source. Personally, it's reported as a 2-year deal for Di Matteo with a £2 million bonus if or and when potentially he gets Villa back to the Premier League and gets our status back within the best league, most entertaining league, I guess you could say, in the world. So this is Tony Z's or Gia's, whatever the hell you want to pronounce his name, our new owners. First choice as manager. He got his man what he wanted. Of course, the deal for the takeover for our new owner has still not even it's went through. Paperwork and everything hasn't been ratified and officially approved by the Premier League and the Football League. Lucky us to go down with the new owner because we have to have multiple leagues approve it. Just lucky us. But he got his man beforehand, which is brilliant. This gives him literally a little bit less than a month before the window starts to pick his players, to get in there, see who he wants gone, which who he wants gone will probably be easier than who he wants in. There's going to probably be a lot of changeover. Of course, Carlos Heel came out yesterday. Well, his agent did and said he wants to leave. No shock there. Thanks for all his services and all that kind of stuff. It didn't really work out, but it gives him and Clark a lot of time. Or not much time, but I think enough time. I think all you need is a month. I don't think you need to sit there for months and months and months and say, I want this player in, this player out. Because at some point you get in there and think, what am I doing? Am I doing it right? You overthink yourself. That's basically what I'm getting at. Now we'll go on to Steve Clark, looking at my notes here quickly. I think the best thing that I read in the BBC right here, quote unquote, Clark will take hands-on responsibility for Villa's group of underachieving players, and there's a hell of a lot of those. So that's great to see there. Of course, he has a lot of championship experience, most recently with Reading, where he got sacked. I think the thing with Clark as a first-team manager and coach, I don't know if he suits that ilk, but as a number two, he fits brilliantly. Of course, he worked at Chelsea. He worked at West Brom as obviously a manager, coach, whatever he was, obviously first team, and he got their highest ever Premier League finish with 8th. Of course, maybe that was a one-season wonder. You got to wonder there. Of course, he was sacked there. He's had other experiences across the Premier League and the Championship, like I said before, and both managers have managed in the Championship. Both have managed West Brom. I think a few people aren't too happy just because of that, but I'm not going to compare it to McLeish, because I think obviously that's more of a direct, definitely, well, it's a same city rival, of course, in Birmingham City, but at this point, I don't really judge it off that, because I don't think that's a hefty enough comparison. Di Matteo, I think if you're going to link him anywhere, it's going to be Chelsea and winning the Champions League, which people can argue there, saying he just came in, was more of a player coach kind of morale. I've been in your position pushing them on and not really having to do too much tactically, but he did bring in the likes of Oscar, etc., etc. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I think my thoughts, wrapping this up, I think it's a perfect appointment. If aside from Moyes, I did want Moyes, but I understand why they went with Di Matteo. More recent championship experience, more recent success at a higher level. Of course, Di Matteo's issues are with Schalke in his last few appointments haven't been great, but those have also been areas of clubs that can be argued of the poison chalice type, already issues above and beyond him, being put in a place where he's already meant to fail. I guess you could say Villa could be that as well, but I think we're already on the turnaround with the ownership and all that kind of stuff where we don't have to worry about that. But he does have a bit time to prepare, him and Clark, and we'll have to see what happens. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. I apologize that the quality of this video probably isn't great. I mean, you're looking at like my mini fridge and my desk and my Montreal Canadiens thing, and yeah. But anyways, like the video, all that kind of stuff. Let me know your thoughts. That is what matters, of course. I'll see you guys in a few days, and of course, peace out.